Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing this floral. It was the official first day of spring, and I was just feeling a little inspired to do something, florals for spring, groundbreaking. But you know what I mean. I thought it was cute and easy to recreate, and yeah, I'm just like really digging it. I love the way it came out. And of course, if you don't want to do the floralness of it, you can just do the glam part of it, and it's still a really nice, cute glam look. So, hope you enjoy. Let's get to the tutorial. So the first thing to start off this tutorial is going to, first I'm taping the outer corner of my eye and using a fluffy blending brush and a neutral color to go all in my crease, really winging it out and in my inner socket. Then I'm taking a smaller blending brush and I'm using a much cooler tone shadow. I'm using a mixture of both cool and warm tones to help complement the very cool color that we're going to be placing on our lid. And again, just focusing this on the outer corner and winging it out. I did use a matte concealer to prime my eyelids beforehand as well, and just gradually building up that color, since for me it definitely seems like it takes a little bit more of a gradual build up with cooler tones. Then I'm taking a traditional flat eyebrow brush. It's a little bit angled, but I'm using this to pack on the blue color all over my lid until I finally get that punch of color that I'm looking for. For primer, I'm using the e.l.f. Hydro Grip Primer. I'm applying this all over my face, letting it set for about 30 seconds or so to get nice and tacky. And then I'm going to be going in with my L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour wear foundation. I'm first using a flat foundation brush to apply this all over my face first. I do this method so I can get a full coverage effect. And then I am taking my beauty sponge and I am just blending this and pressing it into my skin. You can use a foundation brush if that is more your liking. Whatever you choose, it will work. Then I'm going to be using the Maybelline Pink Corrector Concealer shade in their Age Rewind line. And then I'm going to be layering on top of that a lighter concealer shade. I'm using the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. This is the matte one. I'm using this also on the center points of my face. And I'm going to let it sit for a few seconds, but not too long, because if you've ever worked with this concealer before, you know that it sets very fast. So you don't have a whole lot of playtime with it. To set my concealer, I'm taking a powder puff and I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Press Powder. This is one of my favorite ways to set my under eyes lately. I'm using this to just lightly press a thin layer under my eyes. I'm also going to be using this to just press it anywhere else on my face that I feel I want that extra mattification and I just want it to stay in place all day. You can see the difference here on camera. It just makes it look a little bit more airbrushed, a little bit more flawless. For bronzer, I'm going to be using a Morphe bronzer. I think it's called the Originator if I'm not mistaken, and just using this on the frame of my face and to contour my nose. For a highlight, I'm placing some on the tip of my nose, bridge of my nose, and on the high points of my face, so my cheekbones, my lip, cupid's bow. I haven't really done a whole lot of highlighting recently because I know the matte look was really in, but for this look I did want a little bit more of a glowy, fresh appearance, since I do find this look to be a little bit more youthful and playful. So I went ahead and decided to highlight like how we used to back in the good old days. And yeah, just using a highlighting brush on that as well. Okay, moving on to blush. I'm using a pinky orangey shade. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't know what shade I pulled from my stash here, but it's one that doesn't have any sparkle. It's just a pinky shade with a tad bit of orange in it. And then I'm mid blushing, so I'm taking a very light pale pink and a fluffy brush, and I'm just kind of joining where my concealer is and my blush is right in the center and blending those two to get this gradient effect. For baking, I'm going to be using the Ben Nye Pretty Pink Translucent Powder. I'm applying this with my sponge and letting this sit on the under eye area and the sides of my nose to sharpen the contour. Then I'm using my Pixie Liquid Lip in Pastel Pink, which is a nice neutral shade that I wanted to go for this look since I wanted all the other colors in my face to really pop. I'm then just going to be smudging a tiny bit of that darker, cooler shadow that we use on our outer corner underneath my lower lash line, but just on the outer half. And then using a clean brush to just wipe away a little bit of that harsh line from the tape. I'm going to be using a white eyeliner in my waterline. You can use nude or any pastel color. I just wanted something to make my eyes appear larger. And then coating a thin layer of mascara onto my bottom lashes. I do have lash extensions right now, so no falsies for me. And this pretty much completes the glam part of this look, which you could totally wear on its own. I think it's very nice and fresh. But if you want to go ahead and add a little bit more of funk to it, I am going to use a little bit of freckles, faux freckles. Before I get anyone saying, why are you using faux freckles? You have freckles, why not just show them? I wanted a flawless base as well, and as you can tell, it covered up all of my freckles. So yes, I'm adding them back in, and if you think it's stupid, oh well, don't do it. I don't know what to tell you. This is a faux freckle marker from Jason Wu's line at Target, so I like to apply it first and then use my finger to kind of just pat it in and stamp it wherever I feel like I can kind of get a little bit more buildup. Now for the flowers, these are just some nail art flowers that I got off of Amazon. You can use some lash glue and apply the glue directly onto the back of the flowers or on your face, let it dry for a few seconds, and then just pop those suckers on. It's super easy. Just place them where you feel like it's best, and voila. I'm going to add a little bit more blush to my nose, and this is the completed look. Let me know if you guys recreate down below.